Hello everyone, welcome to this wellness session number 1. I'm so glad that you are here. You don't need to have a background in nutrition or health. The idea is if you're watching this video, if you're listening, it's because you want to change something in your life. This could be something the way you eat. Maybe you're not sleeping good, you want to exercise better. Whatever change, any change that you want to do, I'm going to guide you how to do it. Maybe small step for big changes. Okay, so what to expect about these wellness sessions? The idea is to have a supportive space for you, a safe space where you are going to learn maybe simple but powerful things about how to change your life with simple steps. My name is Candelaria Maldonado. I'm an integrative nutritionist. I've been working in integrated health for more than 15 years. I'm from Argentina originally, but I live now in Mexico. Okay, so they are not going to be tests. We are not going to have any grades, just supportive learning and guidance. Okay, so now we're going to talk about what is wellness, because you're here, you don't know what to expect. Maybe you don't have any background about nutrition or in health. But you don't need that. You just need to have an open mind and being willing to do changes in your life. What is wellness? It comes from well-being, meaning being well. And that maybe implicates to have different areas of your life in balance, because wellness is about balance. So if we talk about different aspects about wellness, we are talking about physical, we are talking about emotional, social, intellectual, spiritual, and environmental. So when we talk about physical area, what we are talking about? Well, how your body feels, how you support your body. For example, maybe if you do exercise or not, if you also do any flexibility sessions, or you try to do every day some breathing, all the aspects that are related with the physic, with the body. Then we do have the emotional, okay? This of course involves more the mind. How do you think, how much stress you have in your life, and how maybe the different tools that you can have in your daily life to be able to control your emotions, okay? Then we have the social. Why not? Every human being is a social being. So we need to think about relationships, from a friend, from a family, if you have kids or not, if you have a couple, everything counts when it comes to relationships. It's important to have good relationships, no matter how many you have, but the ones that you have, they need to be supportive, and they need to be something, relationships that really counts and really matters for you. Then we have the intellectual. So then, even if you don't have a career or if you don't work, then you can be researching at home or trying to do things that activate your mind. That is about intellectual. Then we have a spiritual. Then we can talk about a sense of purpose and meaning. You don't have to be religious or having a specific religion. We are talking about something that means something for you in the spiritual area. And then we have environmental, one of the most important ones, because anything in the environment can affect our well-being, our balance, from toxicity, from stress, that also was in the other area, but all the things that we expose on a daily basis when it comes to the environment. We need to consider that if we want to have a balance in our lives. Okay, now we're going to do a personal wellness inventory. What is this? These are going to be just simple questions that we are going to ask ourselves about these areas that we talked previously, okay? So we are going to think about these ones, we are going to reflect a little bit, and I'm going to guide you in the process, okay? This is called the wellness wheel. So you may ask yourself, starting with number 1, physical aspect. So you will think about this. How would I rate my energy level today? From 1 to 10, just to have an example, okay? How I felt today, how was my energy when I woke up, how I slept, if I felt maybe not really energized on the morning, or how you been feeling during the day. How was your energy? How was maybe your thinking? You had a positive thinking, you had a negative thinking. Sometimes during the day we don't really take a moment to think about how we are feeling, how our body is feeling, because we need to be connected from what we think to also what is happening to our body. Just think about that. Take 5 minutes and think about how you've been feeling today, from 1 to 10. Okay, this is somehow connected with number 2, for sure, because number 2 is emotional. So if you maybe didn't feel positive today, if you are having a lot of stress in your life, and you wake up already thinking, you woke up already thinking about what happened the previous day, what is happening to my friend, what is happening to my family, what is happening at work, right? So how I'm handling stress lately? That would be the question that you need to ask yourself. What are you doing about stress? You feel a lot of stress from 1 to 10 also. How much stress you've been feeling and how you've been handling that. Meaning you've been realizing that you're stressed, you've been trying to do something about it, maybe just from breathing or doing exercise on the morning, talking to a friend, whatever works for you to handle that stress. That is very important to consider. And again, number 1 and number 2, they're strictly related because the body and the mind are connected. So then, something that is somehow connected also is social. Because if you don't feel supported about your environment, if you don't feel supported by your family, if you don't have a supportive circle when it comes to friends, of course, you're going to be feeling also emotionally depleted. That is why it's so important to consider social as an area that we need to work actively. So if you're listening to this video and you realize that you don't have a supportive environment, from friends to family, from couple, whatever. If right now you're realizing that you don't have a support environment, so you will need to think about going out there and trying to do real connections, trying to make new connections, real connections with people. And that way, I feel that it's going to help a lot to feel more supported and maybe more emotionally stable and balanced. Then we have the intellectual. This maybe sounds like you need to be intelligent or you need to be a professional. Not really. When we are talking about intellectual, we are talking about how much you are activating your mind, how much you are activating your brain. So that is something that you can do alone at home. It doesn't have to be connected to work or maybe a profession. It could be simple curiosity to learn new things. Learning new things is something that activates the brain and also supports learning and feeling more balanced when it comes to maybe secure of yourself, that you are achieving new goals in life. Then we have the spiritual area that is basically having a purpose in life. Doesn't matter what religion you are. It doesn't really matter if you believe in something or not. When it comes to God or Jesus or, I don't know, Buddha, whatever. It's just about having a purpose in life and trying to think about that. And that also supports the emotion. We talk about the emotional area, and I feel that emotional and spiritual are, of course, strictly connected. Having a purpose in life is very important. Environmental. Well, this is for me the most important area because it kind of includes all the other areas in this one. When we talk about environment, we are talking about all the things that surround us, like from the stress we are exposed to the chemicals we are exposed to in daily life. Also, maybe the way that we eat, how we sleep, all those things are important, and they need to be taken in consideration if you want to improve your well-being, because any of these areas are really important for your body to feel good, for you to feel better when it comes to your emotions and also your physical health. No right or wrong, just awareness. Okay, now we are going to talk about setting one small goal. Okay, we talked about a lot of different areas in life that you can change with small changes, simple changes that you can do in your daily life. So we are going to do that. We are going to, based on that reflection, we are going to think about small things that we can change, maybe this week ahead, to feel more balanced, right? So let's just quote some simple examples. Drinking an extra glass of water, going to bed maybe 15 minutes earlier, maybe 30 minutes earlier, that would be great. Taking a 10 minutes walk, I don't know if you do exercise or not, but sometimes when we talk about exercise, patients think or people think that they need to just go to the gym. It's not the only way. You can just take a walk, you can go for a bike ride, whatever it makes you feel good. It could be 10 minutes. You can start with 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and then build up to more. Just add these 5 minutes or 10 minutes this week. Then you can, when we talk about the emotion aspect, when we talk about these connections and feel supported, maybe you can call a friend, someone that you haven't talked for a while. Feeling balance or well-being is not just about being perfect. It's about trying to do things better when you know that there's room for improvement. So let's get started.